ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ে বাবার রোপণ করা বটের ছায়ায় জিরিয়ে রিকশায় ঘুরে বাংলাদেশের প্রতি ভালোবাসা জানালেন সফররত টেড এম কেনেডি জুনিয়র। সফরের তৃতীয় দিনে ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ে গিয়ে প্রয়াত বাবা এডওয়ার্ড এম কেনেডির নানা স্মৃতি আওড়াচ্ছিলেন তিনি। সেই সঙ্গে বাংলাদেশ ও মার্কিন যুক্তরাষ্ট্রের সম্পর্ক আগামী 50 বছরে আরও মজবুত হবে বলে আশা তার।
অর্ধশত বছর আগে বাবার লাগানো এ বটগাছ, তারই ছায়ায় একটু জিরিয়ে মনকে প্রশান্ত করে নিলেন ছেলে। মুক্তিযুদ্ধের সময় মার্কিন যুক্তরাষ্ট্র সরকার যখন বাংলাদেশের বিপক্ষে, তখন বাংলাদেশের প্রতি পাকিস্তানি আর্মির বর্বরতার প্রতিবাদে সোচ্চার ছিলেন সে দেশের সিনেটর প্রয়াত এডওয়ার্ড এম কেনেডি। এদেশ ঘুরেও যান 1972 সালে। ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের এই বটগাছটি তখনই রোপণ করেন, যা 50 বছর পর দেখতে এলেন ছেলে টেড এম কেনেডি জুনিয়র। বাঙালি পোশাক, রিকশা ভ্রমণ, বাবার মতোই বাংলাদেশ প্রীতি কেনেডি জুনিয়রের। পুরান ঢাকার পর ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয় ক্যাম্পাসও রিকশায় ঘুরে দেখলেন সপরিবারে। 50 বছর পেরিয়ে বর্তমান বাংলাদেশে যেসব সাফল্য তাদের নজর কেড়েছে বলছিলেন সিনেট ভবনের এই আলোচনায়। ধন্যবাদ জানালেন রোহিঙ্গা ইস্যুতেও।
Hello everyone. As the ambassador said, my name is Ted Kennedy Jr. I'm here today with my amazing family, my wife Kiki, my son Teddy, my daughter Kylie, who is going to actually be giving a lecture of her own in physics and the importance of science and collaboration in the next century, my nephew Max, and my niece Grace. I think it's important for you all to know that the vast majority of the people of the United States were on your side during this struggle for independence. So as we reflect on the 50 years that have happened since that time, it's clear that the partnership between our two countries has been a remarkable success. And Bangladesh and the United States are key partners in the world. The States really views a lot of these initiatives in agriculture and climate change, food security, global health, and we applaud your commitment to global peace as the largest troop contributor to UN peacekeeping operations. We know that your nation has gone above and beyond in hosting refugees from other countries, namely Myanmar and the 1 million Rohingya refugees who have escaped their own ethnic cleansing. And we thank you for the generosity and openness with which you've accommodated people. And we also thank you for your role in trying to get our world, our governments, our people to recognize the devastating impacts of climate change. You obviously have a country that is very susceptible to climate change and global warming, and we thank you very much for your leadership in wakening the rest of the world to this incredible catastrophe in the making. Now, I just want to say that America, we've had our growing pains too. Our democracy is the oldest in the world, and you know what? We face many problems today. We've got tremendous income inequality. We face racial issues. We have homelessness. We have a lot of issues in our country that even though we're the wealthiest country in the world, we still have tremendous societal problems, and many people still haven't achieved social justice. But my father spent his life fighting for the rights of people who've been left out and left behind. He had fought against government censorship and restrictions on freedom of mobility and assembly. My father fought against voting fraud and spent his life promoting free and fair elections. He tried to make it easier to register and vote, not harder to register and vote. And there's elements in the American society today that is trying to disenfranchise millions of people, making it very, very hard for people to vote, by putting up all these barriers that will prevent them from going to the polls. And you can only ask yourself, why would somebody want to do that if they weren't confident that they could win an election in a free and fair way? He also believed that free and fair elections are impossible to achieve without a free press. And
আগামীতেও দুই দেশের সুসম্পর্ক চান তিনি।
So when you think about what makes the key ingredients of a successful, sustainable democracy, he believed that you needed to stand up for freedom and civil rights in the United States and around the world. And his policy, his foreign policy, was based on this concept of humanitarianism. So, although there have been some areas of disagreement and concern over the years between the government of Bangladesh and the government of the United States, the important thing is that our two nations continue to build the relationship and camaraderie in these areas of mutual interest. And it's not just the governments. We're celebrating the 50 years of bilateral relationships between our two governments. But that doesn't mean that as citizens, we can't also form relationships and bonds and mutual respect and friendships. And that's why my family and I are here, because that's what we want to do with the people of Bangladesh. I think in the next 50 years, we want to further these ties and continue to build a stronger relationship with Bangladesh. Now, just in closing, I just visited the banyan tree that, of course, I've heard about my entire life. The one that my father planted when he was here in 1972. He wanted to come here and plant that banyan tree to replace the one that the Pakistani army had come to this campus and they'd blown up the tree. They blew up the tree because it was known to be a popular student gathering place, and they knew that the campus, the Dhaka University, was a hotbed of rebellion and independence, and where a lot of these dissenting conversations just happened to take place was right underneath the banyan tree. So, of course, my father thought, we need to do something about that. Because as I just mentioned to you, he thought that political discourse and dissent and conversation about how we can build a better country was a critical part of democracy. So he hoped that this new tree that we just visited, it was a very powerful and emotional experience for me, and I know it was for I felt my father's presence when I was underneath that tree. And he hoped that tree would become a lasting symbol of friendship between the people of the United States and the people of Bangladesh, as well as a tribute to the Bangladeshi struggle for freedom and independence. And so 50 years later, that tree still stands. And it's a beacon of resilience, and it's a beacon of hope. And I think the U.S.-Bangladeshi partnership is kind of like that tree. It has weathered storms, and it has grown strong and broad. That's right, you can applaud. My father so admired the courage of the Bangladeshi citizens and your commitment to democracy. In planting the tree, my father said, quote, "The real foreign policy of America is citizen to citizen, friend to friend, people to people, foreign bonds of brotherhood that no tyranny can diminish. For in a sense, we are all Bengalis, we are all Americans, and we all share the great alliance of humanity. So let's work together to realize the many great opportunities that the next 50 years of our partnership will surely bring thank you again for inviting me to be your special guest here at Dhaka University.
এই সময় ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয় উপাচার্য মোহাম্মদ আখতারুজ্জামানের হাতে উপহার হিসেবে তুলে দেন তার বাবার প্রিয় কাফলিংক এবং 1971 সালে মার্কিন কংগ্রেসে দেয়া রিপোর্টটির মূল কপি।
I have a couple of things. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have a gift that I brought to you from the United States. There are some cufflinks from the United States Senate. These were my father's favorite cufflinks that he liked to wear. So hopefully when you're here at Dhaka University campus, you can wear those nice cufflinks. It has an American eagle with a lot of stars and that kind of stuff on it. Very American. So please enjoy that as a token of friendship from me and my family. And then I have a gift to you, for Dhaka University. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I'd like to present this to you. And it says, to the librarian of Dhaka University, upon your nation's 50th anniversary as an independent country, I gift to Dhaka University Library an original copy of my father's groundbreaking 1971 report to the U.S. Congress. Crisis in South Asia, that's what the report was called. Crisis in South Asia was his personal account, observations, and conclusions of West Pakistani atrocities against the people of Bangladesh, and made the case for U.S. recognition of the independent nation of Bangladesh. He hoped that his advocacy would prompt other nations to support the struggle for freedom, independence, justice, and democracy. It is my hope that future students could learn that contrary to official U.S. policy at the time, the vast majority of Americans stood with the people of Bangladesh. I hope that the friendship between the people of the U.S. and Bangladesh will deepen even further over the coming 50 years. Thank you very much.
দুই দেশের সম্পর্ক আরও ভালো হওয়ার আশা বাংলাদেশে নিযুক্ত মার্কিন রাষ্ট্রদূতেরও। ঢাবি উপাচার্য অধ্যাপক আখতারুজ্জামান বলেন,
University of Dhaka historically has been making all-out singularly contributions to the overall nation building as well as for the development of the society and economy of the country.
পরিবারের সদস্যদের নিয়ে 8 দিনের সফরে শনিবার থেকে বাংলাদেশে আছেন টেড এম কেনেডি জুনিয়র। সাজিদ সুইটি, ATN নিউজ, ঢাকা।